So, girls, now we are going to explain about cursors. So, what is a cursor? So, Oracle is going to create a memory area. We can call it as context area for processing SQL statements, which contains all information needed for processing the statements. So, Oracle is going to create a memory area. We can call this as a context area. So, for what this context area, it's going to process all the SQL statements. What it contains all the information for processing the statements. In simple words, we can say that a cursor is a pointer to that context area. Okay, so it is a cursor is a pointer to that context area. In that context area, it consists of some SQL statements. So there are two types of cursors: implicit cursors and explicit cursors. What is this implicit cursors? No need of doing this implicit cursors, we have to do only explicit cursors. These are automatically created by the Oracle whenever SQL statement is executed. When we are executing the SQL statements, these implicit cursors are automatically created by the Oracle. So suppose whenever we have some DML statements like insert, update, delete, so implicit cursor is automatically created. So cursor has 4 attributes. What are those 4 attributes? Is found, is open, is not found, row count. So these 4 attributes are used in the cursors. What is this is found? Means return true if we do insert, update and delete statements are affected one or more rows. So if you are doing insert, update, delete statements, if those statements are affected, automatically it returns true. Is not found means it returns true if those are not affected. Is open means it returns false for implicit cursor. If will not use is open for implicit cursors. Row count means it returns number of rows affected by. When we are doing insert, update or delete statements, is row count means it is going to affect the number of statements. So these are the 4 attributes that are used in the cursors: is found, is open, is not found, row count. So how many cursors are there? We have 2 types of cursors: implicit cursors and explicit cursors. Implicit cursors are automatically done by the SQL. So we will not do implicit cursors. We will only do explicit cursors. So what are these explicit cursors? What are these explicit cursors? So these cursors are created by the programmer. So it is defined in where we'll declare this explicit cursors in the declaration section. See the syntax here: cursor, cursor name, is, select statement. So we have to create the cursor name, we have to write the select statement. So if we want to do explicit cursors, we have to follow the 4 steps. First one is, see here, first one is we have to declare this cursor. Next we have to open the cursor. Next we have to fetch the cursor. Next we have to close the cursor. First is we have to declare the cursor. Second, open the cursor. Third, fetch the cursor. Fourth one, close the cursor. So these are the 4 steps to declare the explicit cursors. What is this declare cursor? See here, declare cursor, see customer, is select ID, name from customers. So from customer table I am selecting the 2 columns, ID and name, and I am going to create a cursor. How to open the cursor? Open whatever the cursor name we have given, we have to write the open cursor name. Next we have to fetch the cursor. How to fetch? Fetch see customer into CID, CNAME. So whatever the values that you have fetched, whatever the columns we have selected, select ID comma name from customers. So those values are copied to this CID and CNAME. Next we have to close the cursor. So we'll explain with the example. See the example here. Okay. Declare CID customers dot ID type means customer table we have ID column. So those customer table ID column, percentile type indicates its data type, name, and all the rows are copied to CID. Okay, so customer dot ID total declaration, that is how we'll declare the create table ID name, data type and size will write. So that with rows are copied to CID. Like that we am writing the customer dot name dot percentile type, C address, customer dot address. So all these ID name address are copied to CID, C name and C address. Okay, so this is records. Now how will create the cursor? Cursor C customer is select name comma address from customers. So ID name address customers are copied to C customers. Begin, in begin we'll write the open. In declaration section we are creating the cursor. In begin we are opening the cursor. And loop, see how the control loop is used. Loop fetch C customers into CID comma C name, exit when C customer percentile not found. Fetch C customer into, so fetching means what is fetching? Retrieving the data from the table. So CID C name consists of ID name values of the customer table. So those values are fetched to this ID and C name. Exit, when it should be exit means coming out of the loop. When it should exit? When C customer dot not found, means when the rows are not found. Suppose we have 5 records, so all the 5 records are filled. That's why they have written loop. Loop means it is continuation, fetching first record, after the second record, after the third record, after the fourth record. When the rows are finished, automatically it will come out of the loop. See a dbms underscore output dot put line CID C name. So I am printing the CID and C name values. End loop, close C customers, means we are closing the cursor. So this is the program of the cursor. In declare we have to, how many fields we want, we have to record. We have to create the cursor. Next we have to open the cursor. Next we have to fetch the cursor. Next we have to close the cursor. So this is our cursor concept. What is cursor? Cursor is a context area. It is a pointer to the context area. What is context area? Context area consists of the processing the number of statements. So next concept is triggers. What are triggers? Trigger is a stored program which are automatically created or fired when some event occurs. So these are stored programs. When some events are occurred, automatically trigger is created, fired. Triggers are executed in response to the following events like DML, DDML operations. It's going to trigger. How the triggers are defined? See here: create or replace trigger, trigger name, before, after, instead of, next insert or update, or next off column, on table name, referencing old or new values for each row, when condition, declare statements, begin executable statements, exceptions, end. So this is the syntax of the trigger. See here with example: create or replace trigger, trigger name, before, delete or insert or update, or for each row when new dot id greater than 0. So it is going to trigger when, what is the trigger name? Display salary, when before delete. So when a user is want to do operations before, not after, so it's going to trigger when a user is doing the operations like delete, insert or update before, for each row when new dot id greater than 0. Declare sal difference number. We are declaring one variable here. What is that variable? Sal difference is equal to new salary minus old salary. So dbms dot output at old salary, new salary, salary difference. 3 we are printing. Okay, like that we are going to create the trigger. See, let us perform some DML operation on customer table. So I am doing a DML operation like insert into customers. So what are the customer name fields? ID, name, age and address, and salary we have. So I am taking the values 7, XX, 22, HP and 7500. So I am giving the values so that when the record is created, trigger is automatically fired and it is going to display the result. What is the old salary? Till now there is no old salary. What is the new salary? 7500 and salary difference. If there is a old salary, it's going to do minus. So there is no old salary. So I am doing one more operation. If you use update customer set salary is equal to salary plus 500 where id is equal to 2. So for id 2 I am adding plus 500 rupees. So when this record is executed, trigger is automatically fired. So what is the old salary? 7500. What is the new salary? It is adding the salary in a plus 500, that is 800. So it is going to minus. Salary difference means new salary minus old salary. So 8000 minus 7500. So the salary difference will be 500. So this is the creation of the trigger. So when the trigger is fired when any SQL statements are occurred. Okay, when any event occurs, automatically it's going to fire a trigger. So this is the concept of trigger. Thank you, girls.